Surely, lovely runner aims to mess with our heads and hearts with all its twists. But I can't complain as I'm loving it. We can all agree that we just want a happy ending, after all they've been through. Sun-Jae has a favorite color, and its shade is Imsal. No matter the timeline, the situation, memory loss, or the lifetime, she's all he sees. Like a moth to a flame, he gravitates towards her, without any breaks or reservations. At the end of the recently concluded episode 14, Imsal is stunned to see him with the necklace he gave her in the past. With Imsal going back in time to change their fate, by making sure they don't meet, the necklace wasn't supposed to exist after that. This means that their ill fate is repeating itself, as Sun-Jae still has traces of her. The realization will shock her into sickness, as she'd given her all to prevent it from happening. The whole ordeal had been wearing her down. If you recall, Sun-Jae asked her if she was sick when he boarded the Ferris. From the preview for the next episode, Sun-Jae will take her to his place to nurse her. However, I think their fate might have changed a little. Young-soo became obsessed with Imsal after she escaped his clutches. She became the one who got away and could expose him. However, after Imsal went back in time with Sun-Jae's time slip, she made her family move, thereby preventing a run-in with both Young-soo and Sun-Jae. This time, it seems like Young-soo will become obsessed with Sun-Jae's high schooler stalker. She got away from him and helped the police profile him. He's yet to have a run-in with Imsal. However, from the preview, it looks like he'll encounter Sun-Jae. As the high schooler is obsessed with Sun-Jae, this could lead the stalker to him. However, this looks like Imsal's apartment. Sun-Jae is starting to have a feeling that Imsal's story might have something to do with him. What with Imsal asking him what he'd do if associating with her could get him killed. Moreover, after reading Imsal's script, his memories of the past are beginning to unravel. Fate is throwing them back together once again. This could either be a lesson that fate cannot be changed no matter our efforts, or it could be a story of love conquering all, including fate. I still think the ending will take us back to the first episode. Maybe, as I said in the previous reveal, Sun-Jae could be the first-time traveler. There's a reason he felt dejected and wanted to retire in the first episode. Maybe, he made the same decision as Imsal, going back in time to make her forget him. This could be the reason Imsal had no recollection of who saved her, or what happened during her accident. This could have deprived him of love and happiness, making life difficult. If you recall, he asked Imsal in the last episode if she'd be happy after losing love. It didn't make sense that he'd want to retire at the top of his game. This was why his manager and In Hyuk were frustrated. It also didn't make sense how attached he still was to his high school first love. Most viewers found it weird that he was still stuck on Imsal after those years. Could it be that Imsal isn't Young-soo's main target and Sun-Jae is? If you recall, in the first episode, when Imsal was in a wheelchair, it looked like she ran into Young-soo, who hit her phone off her hand. This recurred in episode 7, after Sun-Jae's concert, and before Sun-Jae died. Sun-Jae's run-in with Imsal in the first episode after the concert must have made him more melancholy than ever. This was why he secretly followed her home. Young-soo must have stalked him home and pushed him off the balcony. If this is the case, this means there's more about Sun-Jae we are yet to discover. If you observe, Young-soo's target in the future is always Sun-Jae and not Imsal. Why didn't he go after Im-sol after his release from prison, but went after Sun-Jae? This could be because Sun-Jae saved Im-sol, and made sure he was arrested for his crime. Meanwhile, in the preview, Sun-Jae uses the excuse of buying drugs for Im-sol to try to see her. With Young-soo's latest attempt at kidnapping, Tae-sung and the police force will do all they can to snag him. What's more, Tae-sung can be seen riling Sun-Jae up, by flaunting his closeness with her. This is bound to make Sun-Jae jealous. As Sun-Jae pushes to be close to Im-sol, Im-sol pushes back by quitting her job. This is her way of trying to protect Sun-Jae. She thinks not working with him will increase the distance between them, but this only made Sun-Jae more drawn to her in the last episode. After she pulls the plug, Sun-Jae can be seen singing Sanaki, which Im-sol detailed in the script, as Im-sol listens from a distance. After his little concert, it seems like Im-sol's gift from the past will unlock some memories for Sun-Jae. Meanwhile, Im-sol runs into Young-soo, the stalker. She tries to walk away, just as she did the last time, but Sun-Jae emotionally calls out to her, as he's overwhelmed with emotions. This could play out like this scene, where Sun-Jae's appearance hindered Young-soo's plans for Im-sol. Hopefully, this will be a story about love conquering all, including fate. And not a story about our inability to change fate. How do we hold on until next Monday? On a scale of 1 to 10, how anxious are you for the next episode? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. If you liked this content, give it a like, share, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell for all things wonderfully K-drama. Thanks for watching, bye.